Hi there! I brought an extra sundae just for you. I'm Kat. Welcome to Special Sauce. Summer edition. Ice cream season is here, which means it's time to bust out your spoons and your parade of toppings and have an ice cream party! Or cry your eyes out because you're lactose intolerant. But I love you. Why don't you love me? Oh, now you're giving me the cold shoulder? Wait! Maybe if my body has lost its ability to digest lactose, it will compensate in other ways, like enjoying the taste of kale! It's not working! Lactose intolerance can set in at any time. I recommend preparing accordingly by gorging on ice cream daily. Tomorrow could be the day it all comes crashing down. It's science. But ice cream's awesome, so what's the alternative? Does sorbet have dairy? What about gelato? I used to get these all mixed up, so it's time to set the record straight. If you're lactose intolerant like me, you could save yourself a stomachache. And if you're vegan, you could save yourself jail time.
Freeze! Vegan police! Vegan police!
12:27 a.m. on February 1st. You knowingly ingested gelato.
Gelato isn't vegan.
It's milk and eggs.
Yes, it is milk and eggs. Gelato is just the Italian word for ice cream, so as you'd expect, it's basically the same thing. The main difference is that American ice cream has more air whipped into it, up to 60% air, which makes it melt in your mouth faster, and it's cheaper to make. With gelato, Italian ice cream, it's churned more slowly and is only up to 20% air, so it has more of a dense consistency, and some say more intense flavor, but definitely has dairy in it. If you're going dairy-free, sorbet is what you want. It's made from fruit puree that's been whipped to lighten the texture and make it smooth. It has no eggs and no dairy, so you know you're safe with this one. There's a similar non-dairy dessert called Granita that's also made from fruit puree just like sorbet, but with ice crystals that are bigger because it's not whipped. The result is something that's a little more crunchy, kind of between a snow cone and sorbet. But on the plus side, you can make this yourself in your own home freezer without an ice cream maker. Finally, there's Sherbet, the bastard hybrid that confuses everything. It's based with fruit, just like sorbet, but then milk is added for extra creaminess. Then what's the point? Well, it does have lower fat content, so it's good if you're watching your calories, not so much if you're watching out for dairy. For all you purists out there, yes, it is spelled and pronounced sherbet, not sherbeRt. The human ear likes the flow of repeating sounds, so we like to hear sherbeRt and orangutan instead of sherbet and orangutan. Me? I don't care. I'm a linguist, so I get that languages evolve. At this point, it's been misused so often that sherbet is now an accepted spelling in some dictionaries. You do you, Sherbet fans. But how do you keep it all straight? I swear, I've looked up these frozen desserts several times, and then I immediately forget which is which. So here are some handy mnemonics. There's gelato flavor in this one because it's basically ice cream. It's a sherbet that there's milk in sherbet. Granita is grainy from having large ice crystals, and sorbet is, impossible to think of a mnemonic for. If you have a sorbet, you should give her sorbet? I don't know. Help me out here, guys. If you can think of a way to remember the one you want, comment below. Or just tell me your favorite way to cool off dairy-free. If this video was helpful, give it a like, would ya? And if you want to stay on top of our weekly video releases, click that pretty shiny red button down there.
The beautiful shiny button! The jolly candy-like button!
See you next week!